Welcome to this week's edition of Sports Corner. I'm your host, Lee Gilliam, and I'm here with Teray Bimber, my brother, and August Kirkpatrick. First week of March, man, is a whole month of basketball from March to brother. How we feeling?
Feeling great. I mean, like you said, we got a whole month of basketball. So seeing some upsets going on at the moment as we speak. So,
Amen.
I'm just excited to see all the action.
We've had a lot of action going on in the sports world. You know what, y'all boys? Right into it. First, we're gonna start off with the men's March Madness. First, oh my gosh, I think the Swac is gonna just run first four. It's a tradition now. The first four runs through the Swac, man.
Yeah.
Right. An upset from Alabama State 2 nights ago against St. Francis. Beautiful.
Great game.
I'm talking about
down to the wire.
a Hail Mary. I'm talking about no one dropped the ball.
Put it up.
Just to get clapped. Just to get clapped by Auburn. But hey,
Right.
I love my
Shout out to them boys. Alabama State. Swag. Still out for the swag, man.
Hey, listen, it's a lot of basketball. Auburn is beatable.
Yeah, of course.
Bama State gave them a little scare in the first half. You know, the lower season gonna give you a little scare.
Yeah.
Then they started to pick it up, but it's fine. That's fine. But we're gonna switch it over to some other games going on right now. Currently, we had to taking on Gonzaga. I mean, Gonzaga is getting a beat. I'm sorry, Georgia's getting a beat down right now, 27-3. Boys. McNeese is putting Built to bottom against Clemson.
You upset for the Clemson.
See why
they could pull it off.
My bracket is grits. Already. But here's why I say about the whole right now. Honestly, every 1 seed right now is beatable. Even though I'm a pure Gator believer. Everybody can be beat.
Of course. I feel like Auburn would be that first number 1 seed to go down, though. Just in my opinion.
Yes.
They can go in my opinion.
A&M taking them down.
That is true.
A&M will take them down in the Sweet 16. Mark my weeks. Promise. Mark my words.
To finish up the 64 bracket, North Carolina Tar Heels did defeat the Aztecs of San Diego State as well, right after the upset by Alabama State against St. Francis. We also talk about the automatic bids, the 31 teams that made it. What was a surprise for y'all? Who won the conference? Who was surprised?
Surprise? Honestly, I'll start off with this. As a big Gator fan, I'm surprised we even won it. Honestly, I didn't get that rematch with Auburn, and Auburn ran it back. But it's okay. We will see Auburn later on.
Honestly, as far as the tournament plays that for the tournament, actual March Madness tournament, there wasn't really any shocker to me who won their conference. We knew Duke was going to win their conference. I pretty much knew Florida was going to win their conference. They obviously, I think, top 2 best teams in college basketball at the moment. So, I mean, for me, there's no shocker towards the conference matchups. I mean, the conference winners.
Well, I say this. I probably one of the biggest shockers will be covered later. How about Bama State?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you thought we had Grambling beating Southern first off.
That was a shocker. It was a shocker.
And then Bama State going all the way?
All the way. Who would have thought that? Now, shocker, I give you that.
Now, my shocker is in the Mountain West, in the mountains. Boise State beat number 1 New Mexico State, loses in the championship game to Colorado State. I was, as a big fan,
You was hurt.
I was hurt.
I know you was hurt.
I was hurt. I was like,
You wish that was yours.
you win, you're in, and then we lost, and it's like we beat the number 1 team and we lost.
That gotta get out. Right. That gotta get out.
Hey. Wish that was you, huh?
Which that was just some playoffs. Like the tournament, it's always opportunity to play in another tournament, even though it's not the big dance. It's opportunity to play against other teams who might have not had that great year, but this is basketball. Yeah. It's like the bowl seasons.
We don't like NIT though. I need
The
rings. Baby, I need rings.
NIT ain't been the same. Kimber Walker, UConn. That's a big day.
Hey, can we show the girls some love right now?
Hey, matter of fact, it's showing everybody love. Now let's switch over to the Women's March Madness. When I tell you, the Swac runs the first four, they might as well let us sponsor it at this point. Southern University put a big down last night. I mean,
It was disgusting. It was
disgusting.
Nah, it saw them open the intro. He was like,
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, man, is Swac really gonna go that far?
That's the problem. That's why I feel like no one personally takes the SWAC serious and any higher than us. Because you'll probably get that first 4 win, but
Speaking of not taking seriously or felt disrespected, it was sources called USC felt disrespected being in the same bracket as UConn. They felt really disrespected. 1 seed and feeling you're the high seed, but you still feel disrespected right now.
So what I'm hearing is it's gonna be Paige Buchers versus Juju Watt.
yeah, that's a great game right there. Bucket versus bucket.
Hold on.
But let's talk about the automated bids, man. What winners from conference championship week were surprised?
I'll give you a good one. Oregon State.
Oregon
They,
State.
they just came into the West Conference.
Yeah.
Dominated. Well, they didn't even dominate. They were like a 5-6 seed versus the 1 seed. I can't remember what.
I'm gonna say one thing. Already Pac-12. Pac-12 that night.
That's
Don't let them, man. Let's who somebody is. I said the Pac-12 died, but the Pac-12 didn't let Oregon State come to your conference. Oregon State has competed against Washington, Oregon, USC, UCLA. So they have the
shoot. Oh yeah, you right. You're right. They did.
That's like putting
and again. They also had Utah. They went crazy.
That's like putting South Carolina or Vanderbilt in like the ACC or the SWAC. Like your competition is going to be low,
Yes.
but your team is going to be probably 4 or 5 stars because that's who you had to compete. You had to compete against the P4, not P5s. You had to compete against other P4s to recruit these kids on your team. So you got 4 or 5 stars on your team are going against probably like the 2 stars, 3 stars. Like if you put South Carolina in the ACC or the SWAC,
undefeated.
It's getting undefeated. It'll get ugly.
Ugly. But you know what?
What had me so confused? Why was USC as a university is already the number 1 overall seed?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That was a little.
But when we come right back with Sports Corner, we're gonna have DJ and Dante about SWAC play. We'll be right back with WM&G TV Sports Corner.
Welcome back to Sports Corner today. You're here with TJ and Dante. And you got today for you SWAC basketball. Okay, let's get right into the men's. Let's start with Grambling State making a statement this weekend, Dante. Got Alabama A&M with a dominant 73-56 victory, man. Oh my goodness, just straight work. And Michael Stevenson led the charge with 17 points, an efficient 7 for 9 shooting, including 3 for 4 from deep. Oh. Doda has 16 points on top of that with 6-11 for shooting and grabbed 2 steals.
Okay.
I forget the 2 boys. We got a third guy coming in, PJ Easton, with 12 points, going 4 for 5, knocking down 4-6 free throws. Talk about a game. Also adding 2 steals on top of that. Game by Grambling State. They controlled the paint that game with 32 points inside compared to A&M's 10. And capitalized 16 points off turnovers against A&M's 5.
Bama A&M only had 10 points in the paint?
Only 10 points in the paint.
God, you can't win games like that.
Win a game. If I drop 32 in the paint, you only give me 10? You can't do nothing in that team. That's not good, man.
No, facts.
But it doesn't even stop there, Dante. It doesn't stop.
Where are we going next?
The very next day, Grambling State took down one of the best teams in Swac, at least record-wise. They beat Southern University.
They beat Southern? Number 1 team in the SWAC?
Number 1 went down. Comeback upset of the pulling off a hard-fought victory of a 65-62 upset victory against her. And once again, Michael Stevenson having him another game, stepping up with 17, 6 and 11 for shooting while grabbing 5 rebounds and 3 steals.
And let's not forget, folks, Grand tournament last year too.
Exactly. So when you have that, last year's, that's kind of like we coming in, we straight.
Fact.
And then on top of that, the team forced key turnovers, scoring 3 points off those mistakes to seal the win, man. Talking about a game for Grambling for this weekend. And let's move on to the next one. We have Jackson State.
The SIP.
And you know who they played, Dante?
I know they played
FAMU.
Oh,
and
right, right.
And talk about a statement win, 176 blowout. JSU over FAMU. Deshaun Ruffin put on exploited for 29 points of 9 of 12 shooting, having 7 rebounds and 7 assists. Kadachik numbers right there.
91-76.
91-76.
Hey. Cool. Check out that 11.
Check out 11. We got to get out of there. The entire starting 5 double figures for JSU. They cruised to an emphatic victory.
So double.
Everyone had double-digit points at least. Just cooking. What a huge week for SWAC basketball this weekend for the men's side, man. Johnson, what we got for the women's this week, man?
Man, SWAC tournament. Win or go home. You win or go home.
You got to put in
like
the work.
I just said, check out that 11. On the women's side, we had some great games, but 2 games that stood out to me. Number 3, IM versus number 6, Alcorn State. 56-53. 53. Yes.
Close win.
Yes. Folks, I hope you've been listening to me. Destiny Brown went dumb again. She had 20 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds.
Just doing it all. And
I say, upset.
Upset.
Number 6 beat number 3.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
But hey, can we talk about another one?
What's up? What you got for me?
Number 6, Alcorn State.
Okay.
Versus number 2, Texas Southern. Sent them Texas Southern back to Texas. They had them boots on the ground for sure.
Road Jack. And don't you come
Mo.
Talk about it.
And once again, Destiny Brown. Folks, dog.
She's something. She been talking.
She had 13 points, 9 rebounds, but she also had help from her teammate, Nakia Cheatman. 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 steals. And unfortunately, I ran out because they had to face the number 1 team going into the tournament, Southern University. And the grand scheme of things, Southern sent them girls back to the Mississippi.
At least one Southern team got to stay in the tournament.
Hey, folks, let me tell you, Southern's 3 girls, Kiana Lidge, Sanaya Reed, and Dakaya Sanders, all combined 11 points apiece. 11 points apiece.
That's 30
over Alcorn, 66-44.
Oh, my goodness.
And guess what? Southern Crown, the Crown.
3-man show. That's all they needed.
And they faced UC in the Final 4, and they won 2. And we had those stats for you next week, ladies and gentlemen, for sure. Hey, we're gonna get that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it was a good season, wasn't it, TJ?
It was a great season, man. All these girls playing great basketball this week for the SWAC. This is a great week for the SWAC this week, man. I mean, I love it. It was great watching the girls, watching the men's go crazy, and I'm looking forward to next year.
What? Hey, shout out to SWAC. As you know, folks, it's always a good one.
Yeah,
but,
man.
folks, we had an interview by our very own terrain, Shamari Phillips. Can't wait to get to that one, folks. It's a good one. Stay tuned.
Hey family, I'm your host Carmen Hodges and welcome to a new segment called Who Am I? Now before I explain the rules of the game, we're going to show you guys a couple of pictures of celebrities. Now, you may know who this is. Isn't she beautiful? And you may know who this is. Isn't she lovely? Now, tell me, who is this? Exactly. I was an American pioneer of the 1950s civil rights movement while also being a retired nurse aide at the time. I was also arrested at age 15. Age 15 in Alabama for refusing to give up my seat to a white woman on a crowded, segregated bus. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is how you play the game. A picture of a celebrity will pop up on the screen, and based on the facts given, you have to guess who that celebrity is and how they made an impact in today's society. If you think you know the answers, email us at the email below. Y'all ready? All right, let's get to it. I was born in Atlanta, Texas. You heard me, Atlanta, Texas. I attended Langston University. I was an American civil aviator, and I was the world's first black woman to earn a pilot's license. If you think you know who I am, email us the name below. You could win a prize. That's all for today. I'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Trey Bembry, and welcome back to Sports Corner. Today, we have a special guest for our interview. We have
Shamari Phillips.
now Miss Phillips is our guard for our women's basketball team, and she's also a transfer from Texas Southern University. So, Miss Phillips, my first question to you is, how is Bethune-Cookman different from Texas Southern?
I just think all around, like, the vibes here gives off, like, family. I think I was accepted here, and I just came, and it was all love from me being far away from home. I'm back at home in Florida, so it feels good.
Okay. So, second question, how was your experience from the Swac tournament, and how do you feel your team could have played better?
I think my personal experience would be, I never went to the Swac tournament, not last year, so just being there was like, I finally kind of like accomplished something to be like in the Swac. Every team doesn't make it there. But I think like as a team, I feel like we did what we were supposed to do. We just didn't get the outcome that we wanted. And we talked about it all throughout the summer and preseason, like we wanted to be in Atlanta. And we knew we should have been a top team. We should have been top 5 in the SWAC, but, things happen, and it's just all about rebuilding.
So, from the start of the season to now, how do you feel your game has improved?
I think my game improved a lot from the beginning to now. I think confidence, I've gained a lot more confidence in my game, and I think, like, shooting-wise, my percentage went up from last year to this year, and then the beginning of the year, just being able to come out and do my job to help my team win.
Okay. So, next question. What's one player you would like to compare your game to?
I'll probably say Skylar Diggins a little bit. She a little feisty with it sometimes, and, you got to respect her game a little bit.
Okay. So, last question. What advice will you give young Shamari to now?
I would tell myself, my younger self, that, all the hard work that you put in as a kid, it paid off. You had sleepless nights where you didn't know if you was going to play college basketball, but you did it, you stayed confident in yourself, and you just keep working hard, and it will pay off.
Okay. Well, that wraps up our special interview with Mrs. Phillips today. This is Teray Bembry, and we'll be right back with Sports Corner.
Did you know that Nelly changed hip hop and pop music forever? Growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, Nelly battled financial challenges after being born in 1974. He made singles including Hot in Here, Dilemma, and Country Grammar, gaining fame for fusing hip-hop with memorable tunes. Success and popular music and embrace beautiful flows were made possible by his work, also his impact on fashion trends with his trademark Band-Aid and sportswear gear. As we celebrate Black History Month, let's recognize Nelly and his legacy.
Welcome back to Sports Corner. Now, that's our last segment of the show today. Hot topics. Now, the biggest hot topic is going to be in a couple weeks at the HBCU All-Star Game, featuring men's and, from ever, women's. Now, this is a huge, huge deal. Now, this All-Star mostly is directed towards seniors who have no more eligibility left, have an experience in an all-star game, also to elevate their game for one last chance for professional teams to take a look at them. Now, for us, Bethune-Cookman, we are privileged to have Jesus Martin and Kayla Clark to represent us. We are definitely appreciative of you two. Our next hot topic, the Bengals, man. They finally got their trio under contract.
Hey, they knew they didn't want to lose out on those guys. They knew they had to. Their GM, they knew they had to get that deal done. They want to be able to win something in the next few years, and they did right.
Well, let's see what they're gonna do with that. They have, I guess they just put all their eggs in, one basket.
But I feel like that come a little down the line, maybe 2-3 years from now. But they got that core. They got
They got the offense.
The offense ain't going nowhere now.
And also another hot topic: the Orlando Magic snapping the Cavaliers' 16-game winning streak.
What a game! It was a good game too. Last minute, honestly. I'm glad the Magic got that done. Those guys are where they're in like ninth place at the moment.
I believe so. It's been a bumpy road. Yeah. The All-Star break has come back.
Hopefully that game leads them into the right direction. They probably won't move out of the play-in situation, but hopefully that gives them a good starting mindset. Hey guys, we can't compete with the best of the best in our conference. So let's hone in on this the rest of the season. Let's prepare our minds, get mentally for the playoffs.
Speaking of the NBA, we're gonna keep it in the NBA. Another hot topic. Can we give a round of applause for the Detroit Pistons?
Yes.
How? Basically the same team and everything, and they're just winning games.
But you know, right?
What?
New coach.
But they've been having a new coach for they thought Monte Williams. They gave him like the biggest contract, and they thought he was gonna be that guy and that guy.
I will say the coach they have now, Mosley, the former Cavs coach, he's good. Man, you can't do nothing but clap it up for him. I mean, what were they? The bottom. They were last team for
They were there with the Hornets, who are still down there. Wizards, who are obviously still down there.
And they're now in sixth place.
Sixth place, potentially. Well, more than likely they won't be in the play-in.
And their coach is for sure Coach of the Year candidate because of that. So big congrats to them.
Big congratulations to the Detroit Pistons on that. And that's this week's edition of Sports Corner. I'm your host once again, Lee Gilliam.
And I'm Teray Ben.
We'll see you next week with another edition of Sports Corner.
See you guys. Peace.